Hey y'all, hey, it's another episode of Bonafide Her Podcast featuring the one and only Deuce Hudson.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How about you?
You know we blessed to be alive. You know we here. So
That's all we can say. Blessed.
blessed by the best. Amen. So let's get it started. So Deuce, can you tell us how you got to where you are in your sports journey?
Uh, really started when I was about 6, 7 years old. Started playing basketball at the little YMCA. My parents always kept me in sports. I played baseball and basketball growing up. Then I started playing football in like 10th grade. They finally let me play. So then, you know, in high school, my basketball career finally took off. Finally started, get some notice and stuff. Then when I went to Combine Academy, shout out to them, big thanks to them. That's when my basketball career really took off. I started really getting noticed because I was playing on the national stage. And Coach Cheryl, which used to be the coach here, came and found me and recruited me. Came to a couple games last year. I loved the atmosphere. I always wanted to play for HBCU. Then, him and Coach Jordan left. Coach Banks got the job. Came here for a workout over the summer. He loved me, and I committed from there.
I know that's right because you actually did that. From watching some of your games, I was like, I could tell he's very vocal for sure. Like you leading and stuff. I was like, I'm here for it. So my question for you is like your first year at JCSU, what was the whole experience like? And do you hope to see like the HBCU sports get more love and exposure just like everybody else in like college sports?
Yeah, for your first question, I love it here. I love my HBCU. The people here are great people to be around. Uh, just every day, just walk around, like you can feel just the atmosphere is just like everybody loves one another. So like it's just connected. And the second question you asked, I would love to see the HBCU, blow up. I feel like we don't get as much credit as we should, especially sports. Uh, People downlook us. So I feel like we get some bigger names to come to HBCU, or if we just stop getting overlooked by people, we could definitely, be top tier as those PWIs for sure. Because there's a bunch of talent in those HBCUs.
Absolutely. Like and it's crazy because, you know, for CIAA was always like, it was always the CIAA or the MEAC. And then, of course, you had like the CIAA now versus the SEAC, which is the SIAC. And there was that whole matchup not too long ago with it. And I think, a lot of people forget, you have some folks that are competitive in the CIAA that made a huge impact in beyond like you know, folks probably forget who Ben Wallace was, and Ben Wallace came from Virginia Union, now in the Hall of Fame in the NBA. So
Yeah, so it's a lot of people that, go to HBCUs and then transfer up and then go to the league, and people forget actually where they started from, and it's at a HBCU. So it's a lot of people that went to a HBCU that's making noise. Not even sports, like out here in the real world. Like it's a lot of people from HBCUs making a lot of noise.
for sure. And my question for you is like, and shout out to you because we love it here when we see like male athletes be advocating and supporting, the women's sports. Hey, we love it here. So my question is, what got you into advocating for like women's basketball, women's sports, and everything?
Um, Again, they don't get the praise or support that they deserve. I feel like women's sports is fascinating to watch because they don't have all the like the athleticism or all the fantastic plays. They just know how to play the sport, whichever sport it is. They just basics and they perfect them, which is great. Like it's fascinating to watch, and I feel like people downplay women's sports when it's actually a great thing to watch, a beautiful thing to watch, actually.
Do you hope to see more like the support of it, especially like, you have like people that there's some that just watch it just because hey, this person looks good, but they don't enjoy the essence of it. But do you hope to see more people actually support and watch it and just like man, like actually like spread the awareness about it?
Yes, I actually do. I see. I want to be an ESPN analyst, and I see on TV like WNBA does not get talked about at all, really. So like, I want to be one of the ones that brings that back, like talks about the WNBA, goes in depth about the WNBA, or the women's tennis, women's golf, like all that. I want to bring that up so they can really get noticed, like the great players in the WNBA or women's golf or college women's softball. Like I want to bring that up. So I really hope that they get noticed.
Shout out to you, Deuce. Okay, shout out to you with this. I love look now. I'm this shout out to you, sir. So my question for you is though, like, what are some of the ways, you know, how what are some ways that people can actually support it and raise awareness about it? Like, you know, what are some ways would you say?
Social media runs this world, so I feel like them getting posted on social media more. TikTok. Uh, I mean, any social media platform. Uh, streaming is a big thing in this world, so people talking about it on streams. Uh, just really any social media platform, because social media runs the world. So that's what kids love social media, especially TikTok. So if they start posting women's basketball on TikTok, people are gonna start loving women's basketball. It's just simple as that.
I know that's right. So my question for you is, as as an athlete, but also, I always say this when it comes to athletes' mental health. Athletes are human first. As a man and as an athlete, how important is mental health to you?
It's very important. I feel like when someone's mental health is down, they can't perform at their highest. So I always take time on my days, pray. Uh, my mom, talk to my mom every day. Just talk to her about deep things. Um, I don't know. I just really talk to my mom and pray. That's it. She helps me through a lot. She helps me through a lot and pray. That's what helps me. So mental health is big. I feel like everyone should take a time out of the day to just focus on their mental health, whether it's just taking deep breaths or like thinking about positive things.
Do you hope to see more, like, more? Do you hope to see it be normalized more instead of like saying, where some people may hear about it and then it's like, like they chose this life, but it's like they are human first. Like, do you hope to see that more people actually normalize that an athlete's mental health is really important?
Yes, I hope that it gets normalized because like once you get famous or like people that are known, people forget that you're human. So people just talk and talk and talk and don't realize that they actually go through stuff. And regular people as well, like people like us, like regular people that aren't famous or on that stage yet, we go through life too. So I feel like it needs to be talked about more. I feel like the people that help with mental health need to make it more known that they're helping with people with those problems, so people can actually go to them and trust them.
Absolutely, like, because you know, the thing is, and I always say, I wish people would understand how college athletes, like, what they're doing is a job. And, imagine balancing everything. They have to get up at 5 in the morning for like six, like the early workouts. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yes, it's not
it's,
easy.
it's not. And, like, you have all those people that said, oh, you sign up what you knew what you were signing up for. It's like, but you got to understand, like,
Yeah,
coming
like
from that, like imagine it's scheduling, like everything, like, and then like a lot of people, a lot of the college athletes, it's like they don't have the time to do a 9 to 5 job. Like what they're doing right now in college with academics and athletics, that's a job. What they're doing. So
yeah, like people be like, "This what you signed up for?" Like I would like sometimes I wish I could put people in my shoes for a day during preseason. Like they were like, it was tough. It was definitely tough. Me coming in as a freshman, it was definitely eye opening for the first couple of weeks. Definitely like how I'm gonna manage me going to early morning workouts, me going to class, me getting my 6 hours of study hall a week, then me doing my work. then me having time for myself to socialize with people I know on campus or going out or having fun. It was definitely rough, and me getting working on myself. So I definitely like getting working by myself, on the court. So it was like hard to balance all that, like the first couple of weeks. But once I got a hold of it, I was good.
For sure. And I remember seeing you. There was a couple of times I would see you after workouts, and you were still like shooting around. Like, yeah, he's so serious about his craft, both on and off the court. And I just wanted to give you your credit that I just to see you like both on and off the court, you getting the work in and stuff. Like, I just wanted to give you your credit, sir. So shout out to you.
I appreciate it. I get that from my parents. They always told me you got to outwork everyone, especially me not being the tallest person on the court or the biggest person on the court. I got to outwork everyone. And my boy Ty back home too. He pushes me every day, so I just brought that here with me to be the best.
You know what they say, heart over height. So
That's me.
because here's the thing, height, you could be the smallest, but you can utilize your height, but your heart is always gonna outperform the height in everything, especially like if you really love the game and you're passionate about it and you want to win and stuff. That's all that matters. So, but my question for you is, what is one of your goals do you hope to see yourself for both on and off the court for next year?
For next year on the court. Uh, I want to be the best player in the league, hands down. Like I'm gonna put the work in every day from now until first day, first game. I'm gonna put my head down and go to work. So on the court, I want to be the best player in the league. I want us as a team to be the best team in the league, and I want us to win this and win CI. Because for me to be the best player, the team around me has to put me in position. So it's really about them. They have to get me in position. So we're definitely gonna work hard. I definitely want to see IAA championship next year. And off the court, I want to make presidents list. I want to make presidents list academically, and I want to be more of a leader around school. Like just people look at me and like want to talk, want to have conversation. Like just be a person that like everyone loves around campus.
Man, I'm here for that. Like, if you could see yourself though, let me say you this. If you could see yourself doing it, go for it. Like, just go for it. Like, manifest it, pray on it. Just like you said, you pray on it, manifest it, go for it. So, if you see yourself doing it, that's all yours. You pray on it, believe it, it's already yours. So,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it happen.
my question for you is um, you know, I noticed you mentioned like so when it comes to representation, like especially whether it's a you see someone that may have been in the same similar journey as you or someone that looks up to you, how important is representation to you, like being a role model and stuff?
Uh, it's very important. I feel like you should always want to be a person that people look up to, not kids or people, even people your age or older. Like how you carry yourself is everything. Like respect carries you a long way. Um, I feel like you just should want people to be like want to be like you. Like you should just do everything right. Um, be there when people need you, no matter if it's friends or random people. Like you should always want to help people out. Want to help your people out. Like even here at HBCU, you always want to help your people out. So,
Absolutely. Like I will say this, and inspiration, one of the greatest gifts you can give to somebody is inspiration, especially especially when it motivates them to keep going and doing what they love to do. And like when they, you gotta, that's what I see you doing is aspiring yourself to inspire others. So like, that's one of the greatest gifts you can give to somebody. So, but my question for you is, sir, is if you had to describe your journey, which phrase, word, or anything would you describe your journey and why?
Uh, a word.
It could be a word, it could be a phrase, anything.
Um, I would say it got to be a positive word.
It could be anything.
To be honest, I would say like Rocky. Like I didn't know what I wanted to do out of high school. I didn't know if I wanted to play baseball. I didn't know if I wanted to play football. I didn't know if I wanted to play basketball. Uh, yeah, I would say pretty rocky because growing up, I was horrible at basketball. To be honest, I was horrible. So baseball was my thing growing up. And when I got to high school, it changed. Started playing basketball. Then I started playing football, so I love football, and I put basketball second. So then, basketball is the one that just came around. So I would say Rocky because I didn't know, but yeah,
Sometimes, hey, but life, if life was straight, then what fun would that be?
yeah,
Like, what type of thing? Sometimes, what's this called? Your trial tribulations could turn it into a whole testimony.
yeah.
So, but like, look at you right now. You at where you are. So like, you doing amazing things to, you should, first of all, you should be proud of yourself, sir. Celebrate you for you and celebrate like just everything that you have done.
Yes, man.
So couple more questions for you because, I always want to know like who inspires like each and every person. So for you, who is that person or someone, whether it could be a player or anybody, who is that person that like inspires you to keep going both on and off the court?
Who inspires me on the court? I would say, uh, mm, I look Dame. I would say Damian Lillard, who inspires me on the court. I just love watching him and how he's not the biggest, he's not the strongest, but he get to his spots. He knows where he's going with the basketball at all times. Yeah, so I can definitely relate to him how he maneuvers stuff like that. Off the court, uh, the ones that's close to me, I would say, uh, they inspire me to keep going. They inspire me to want to make them proud. Uh, I don't know. I don't want them to have to work too much longer. So they inspire me to keep going, and they just can sit back while they watching me do great things in the future. So that's what I want. That's what inspires me off the court. My mom, my three little sisters, uh, my cousin Ty. They inspire me.
So
So
family is like I notice family is like a huge thing for you. So I I feel that, especially like, they're like the ones that, keep you going and doing the best you can and being the best that you are. So, you know, like I said, you should be proud of yourself, Deuce. You're doing it. Okay.
I'm trying. I'm trying to make them proud.
And you are. When you take each one day at a time, you're doing better than one day at a time. So my question for you is, so because I always ask my guests this, and also Dame Time. Can't go wrong with Dame Time. Damian
Love
Lillard is that dude.
it.
So
He is.
you he always got to have that Dame Time celebration right there. Whenever he that made that shot, just say, "Yep,
He cold. He
too
cold.
cold." And so I always ask my guests this question. So Bonafide means authentic and unique. And for the guys, I always, it's always the authentic, authenticity. This is my blooper moment. It's raw and real when it comes to podcasting. I have bloopers. Gotta be raw and real. But my question for you, sir, is what makes Deuce Hudson authentic and what makes your story just stands out?
Uh, I come from a small town uh, where nobody really makes it out. Like nobody here knows what Darlington, South Carolina is. So I feel like coming from a town where I think only like one or two people made it big. Uh, I want to be the next one to do it. So I feel like coming from that small town, trying to put them on the map. I feel like that's what does it.
Well, you a South Carolina person too?
Yeah,
Oh, we got a lot of South Carolina people here. Okay. Y'all got a lot of hoopers coming out of South Carolina. So
we tough. We tough.
do you and this is a bonus question for you. So like I've had a couple of South Carolina hoopers that came right from South Carolina and I want your like say South Carolina like say Mount Rushmore or um top five, like who would your be your starting top five or like Mount Rushmore or South Carolina hoops?
Uh, Raymond, Raymond Felton, John Morant. Uh, I'm gonna go Carlos Powell, uh, Alex English, and Zion.
Ooh, Max, someone mentioned Raymond Felton. That is that's
Raymond cold. Raymond was cold.
he was, and people like, and he brought UNC a national championship too. That
He was
so, but would you add what's it called? But of course I said, but what's it like, with Asia Wilson being from South Carolina? What's it like to see her represent South Carolina in sports and beyond in the league? What she's
uh,
doing?
I love it. From girls not getting the praise that they deserve. She's definitely getting the women's basketball or women's sports more attention. How she's doing, like she's just dominating. And for her to be in South Carolina is like special because that she's on the stage where I want to be at. So like watching how she carries herself, watching how she just does little things off the court. I'm definitely taking notice. But yeah, she's killing it. I love it. I love that she's putting on for South Carolina for sure.
I'm telling y'all, I have to start seeing more South Carolina hoops just because seeing this the list and stuff now. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to pay, and I would love to see a South Carolina and North Carolina hoops like a rival big tournament right there.
It
Like
wouldn't be a game. It wouldn't be close.
what?
It
Not
wouldn't.
even close.
It wouldn't be close.
So it would be like a blowout.
Yeah, we'll beat them by like 20, 25.
Somebody set that up so we can make that happen, please, Lord. I
We can
gotta
do
see this for real. I would pay tickets for it.
it. We can do it.
So, um, dang, I knew I was gonna have this. But finally, this is my final question because what's it like, with NIL happening right now? What's it like to finally be able to be monetized for your name, image, and likeness, and be your own brand?
It's great. Uh, I feel like as a student athlete, this is a job. Um, you definitely should be getting paid for it. I just feel like we finally getting what we deserve because we out here going hard every single day. And it's not a league where it's just basketball all day or baseball all day or football all day. You got to go workouts, class, study hall, and manage your social life. Like it's not easy. So us getting paid for our name is great. It's great for us. It's great for sports.
You better let them know because you better let them know. Y'all better support a real one, please. Support your favorite athletes, like Deuce right here. Support him. Real talk. So,
Yeah.
so Deuce, shout out to you, sir. Can you let the folks know how and where they can support you and find you, and if there's any upcoming events and stuff?
You can follow me on Instagram at Hudson Deuce. That's where I'm at mostly. There's no upcoming events. Won't be no upcoming event until next October. when the season starts, when our first game. So y'all make sure y'all there. We're definitely gonna put on a show for y'all next year. We're gonna bring a CI championship back to Charlotte for sure.
You gonna be ring season next year?
For sure, 100%.
But like the ring season,
Yeah.
just
My
hey.
Instagram gonna be flooded with pictures with me with a ring on.
Oh yeah, just like the what's it called? Like the little Jordan, the Michael Jordan, just like the
Taking a bunch of pictures.
as you should, as you should. So shout out to everyone that has tuned into Bonafide Her Podcast episode 125. And big shout out to Deuce Hudson for coming on and sharing your story. You guys can tune into the live replay of episode 125 after this. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.
Thank you.